into the space plane hangar we're going to go. And we're going to start knocking off contracts. So I got an alarm. Oh, that's this one. Sorry. That was when my contracts were going to expire, but the very first one that's set to expire is the one I'm going to do first. So I'm taking away the alarm. I'm going to put this aside for now, and I'm looking at this one. Nice low-lying fruit is to build a new orbital station around Kerbin. Now, the truth of the matter is I do have a Kerbin station. It is right here. This is the... it's so terrible. It was really, really early in this campaign that I built this. You can see it only has the 0.625 meter docking ports. And although this doesn't say to expand it, as long as what you build has a docking port, generate power, and as long as you have an antenna, docking port, and can generate power, what you build has those components. And when you're finally attached, it satisfies the conditions. In this case, only to have a facility supporting at least 5 Kerbals. There's already 4 aboard that. Then this thing is ready to go. To be honest, all I have to do is launch a vehicle that has a couple of spaces in it, dock with it. But you know what? I'm going to use this as an opportunity to see if we can do something interesting with this and try and make this into a station that I won't be completely embarrassed about. So I gotta use the junior here because that's what's there. And what I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking, is do the same thing with this, with those adapters like that, and the Rockomax one like that. Give them the same textures. I like that texture. And let's just put on another hitchhiker. But I would like... that's right side up. Yep. I would like to get rid of this. I don't like this big space with this really narrow passage. It would be really neat if I could get some docking seniors, these guys, in there. So what I'm thinking is this, is I'll put... I have that the right way? Yeah, it's really easy, by the way, to get these the wrong way. That's the side that does the docking. That's the side that doesn't. So that can be docked to that, but then what I'm thinking out loud. I'm making this up as I go. I'm thinking if I put another one in, bring this bit up, and then bring up some engineers. I only have one engineer. I only have Bill, for goodness sakes. Bring up Bill. And then Bill will pull this apart and attach this senior to here, and then we'll dock the two together. Is that crazy? I don't know. It might be some ambitious orbital construction so that in the end, this middle bit isn't here. That's my idea. Now, I am going to want to build some sort of hub on the top of this. So I'm going to take one of those. Let's take... what if I do... since I'm already kind of on this kind of gray, girdery look. Building like a hub. That other ships can dock to this thing. And then other potentially future modules can dock here as well. Really doesn't want to go that way. Why don't you want to go that way? Okay. That's the way I want you to go. Isn't it? Ugh, that looks terrible. Use the move tool here. Slide that out. Come right out. Yeah, like that. Might change this as I go. I don't know. And then on the end of this, some of the regular... oh, for goodness sakes. Eventually I'll get it going the right way. That way. Some of those. I think that's a little bit too wide. Come on. Well, I can't go up any higher. Stupid, 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 stupid space plane hangar. Oh, it won't let me connect. That's the issue. Okay. I know. This is the solution to all connection issues, is the cubic octagonal strut. On you go. On that goes. Grab that. Actually, probably grab this. Slide that like that. Slide that down a bit. I like it. And then maybe one of these on the top too. So now we got some nodes to attach. Let's grab this whole thing and just kind of bring it down a bit. There. What the? It just disappeared. Oh, what are you doing to me? Game! Doesn't like me building this in here. Can I control Z away? It's gone. Okay. Alright. Okay. No, I don't want to save this craft. Okay, we're going to try this again. Kerbin Station. Oh my gosh. Alright. Try that again. Okay, don't do the moving it down thing. That's where I started into my problems there. And I'm going to warn people, as I always do when I'm building, that watching the stream and watching my build at the same time is a challenge for me. Okay, and then I'm going to put on coupling. Yes, senior. This one needs to go that way. And then another one the other way. And then the hitchhiker. Which I shall eventually. I think I have it up. No, it's the right setup. Okay, like that. Oh, I should put some lights on the hitchhiker. And then let's try and build that hub once again. So, real quick. That texture. That one. And then the cubic octagonal struts. And then two more of these. Let's save it at this point in case it does that same stupid thing again. And then another one. And then docking ports all over it. And lights, of course. We need lights. There. There. I like it. I think so. Save. Okay. I'm already sensing some issues here. It's logistical issues, but you know what? Logistical issues can be solved. That's of course, what was completely my attitude with the Rescue 1, so maybe you shouldn't be so lackadaisical about it. Okay. Change that to gray. Maybe bring them... Oh no, it's pretty good. Lights on. Pitch angle the other way. Yep. It's good. Okay, any kind of good cargo stuff. They should put in here. Oh, struts. We're gonna need struts. Gonna need struts, because always want struts. Put them on this one. 2, 3, 4 struts. No, this is gonna work. No, I got me a plan. Yeah. Alright, so this is going to be the new Kerbin station. So, what I need to do next is make this the root part. Throw this away because this is what's already there. The docking port? I do. That goes away. And then we switch ourselves over to vehicle assembly. And now it's the time to get this thing there. So this has to be the other way around. That way around. Because this is the part that has to dock to the stage. So that has to be free. So down on the bottom here, I need to build myself a little bit of a tug. A little tug. So we're going to start with... What am I looking for? I'm looking for payload, dummy. There we go. Looking for my favorite 1.25 meter. There. Inside that is going to go our probe body. Well, I now have that nice... This one. Ooh, I might not... Yeah, I don't think I really need that. Let's just put this here. Make that the root part. Battery underneath. Z1K's 1000 battery. I'm sure that'll be fine. Some reaction wheels. Advanced inline stabilizers. And this is where you got to make sure that you meet the requirements here. It has to have an antenna, docking port, and can generate power. So it has the docking port. It does not have the antenna or generate power, so I gotta put on just some quick aux stats here. That's all that's required for that. And then a Communitron, even though it technically doesn't need it, but I do need it for the contract. We'll stick that, just one. Sure, that'll be fine. Okay, and it's going to need a fairing, definitely, to cover up this terrible space here. I'll try and get away with a 2.5 meter fairing around all that. Some strutting is going to definitely be required because this is just awful. Hopefully 4 will be enough to just go up like that and kind of hold that. Actually, probably if I put them onto here, that'll work better. It's being weird. It's very... Let's try again. That's better. There we go. Nope, those ones didn't work. Okay, I might have to put these on individually for some reason. I don't know why it's being so strange. So one here. Oh, probably because I was trying to do that on 4-way symmetry, and this thing was originally built on just a single, or on the radial mirror symmetry. That's the word I'm looking for. I need to come closer that way. So this is just to hold it all steady. Like so. And then below that, I need something with just, I don't know, 1200 meters per second, so it's not a lot of delta V. I would love to have one of these transition parts. Hopefully I can get to work for me. What's this one? So it is a... See, I already think that's going to be a lot. What happens if I put a poodle on the bottom of that? Where are you, poodle? There's the poodle. Oh, I don't need a poodle. I need the smaller size. Okay, I'm oriented by size. What's the skiff do for me? That's still big. Nerve. Cheetah. Cheetah. 2,000. See, that's already... This is a lot of fuel already. I think I might just stick with that size just because I don't think I have another good transition piece. That was that one. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with that. But what I might just do is just take the fuel down a little bit. So I only need a 1305. That's fine. Thrust to weight is fine. Yeah. Let's build the fairing around this whole thing. Go right up to the top. Right up to the top. Okay. 6 sides. Lots of ejection force. Clamshell deploy. Okay, save. Oh, this thing needs RCS, for goodness sakes. RCS. Delete that fairing. RCS. So RCS means monopropellant, obviously. Go with 2 of these. Take that. Remove the symmetry. Throw you away. Remove the symmetry. Throw that away, because that's where these guys are going to go. Sure. Okay. Where is the center of mass? Now, this thing is going to lose fuel, but like by the time it's up there, it'll be like this. All right, let's get some RCS blocks, the bigger ones, those guys. We got to center this around, so some of them are going to have to go on here. That's just what it is. And I won't forget this time. Remove, oh, nope, show actuation. Ah, shoot. I removed symmetry by mistake. Try again. Show actuation toggles and take the yaw pitch and roll off right now. And then the other 4 can go there-ish. Oh, I need 4 of them. Oh, that went to 2-way symmetry too. You're a stinker. Okay. Good. Good. Okay, put the fuel back. $12.26 should be plenty. Build that fairing again. Groovy. Okay. That comes off. Alright. Okay, let's build a stage below this. So decoupling, I need the... Put these back to name. Somewhere... Is it that one? No, that's the really big one. That one. Oh, let's take that off. Shroud off. There we go. Now, yeah. I guess I'm going to need, okay, another... I forgot that it gets goofy like that with the cheetah. So we're going to go with the smaller decoupler. And then a 1.875 meter fairing to just kind of create... Are you really going to be a pain? Come on. There. And that, I'm going to actually take that out of the staging. Hopefully that will stage clean. We'll test that in a little bit. All right, now we got to get this in orbit. So we need... I'm looking like I got 1.875 meter parts down here on the bottom, so might go 2.5 in a bit. Now that I'm thinking about it, might be smarter. But I guess that's my biggest one. Yep. No, this is dumb. I'm being dumb. Gonna go to a 2.5 meter size here. That makes much more sense. Same idea. Take that out of the staging. And now I can go to my good old, like something like a Rockomax Jumbo 64 type of can. Where are you hiding on me? My name. There we are. And what do I get with a mainsail on the bottom of that? Okay. 3,900 meters per second of delta V. That should be fine. Oh, not enough thrust though. Shoot, 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 shoot. I didn't mean to do that. Not enough thrust on the bottom with that mainsail. I don't want to go bigger, but I think I'm gonna have to shoot. Okay, so we're gonna have to go smaller here. Maybe you and you and you. Was I looking at the right number? I don't think I was looking at the right. Sorry, I don't think I was looking at the right number. There. No, I was looking at the top number for my... Oh my god, I got mountains. Mountains of thrust. What was I thinking about? I was about to say, like, come on. One of these in here. 4,000 meters per second of delta V. I was looking at this thrust to weight ratio, not the bottom one. Maybe some smallish tail fins. Like just to give the suggestion that I'm trying to make something that's aerodynamic. That might not be enough, but we'll see. But I'm thinking Kerbin launch clamps. That's why I left the space there. Launch clamps. Okay, turning down thrust to weights. 1.36 sounds good to me. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Action groups. For the fairing on action group 5, we're going to stage this fairing. Everything else doesn't really matter. No. Okay. So now comes the place your bets. Will it fly? Will it make it into orbit? I'm hoping it will. We'll see. This is Kerbin. Oh, I guess I deleted the old Kerbin station. This is like just a module for Kerbin station. But now all of a sudden you're like, I'm not so sure. Where's the Waffle Bird? Waffle Bird, I still got 16 years to save Waffle Bird. He's fine. Plenty of snacks. Okay. This is just a test to see if I can get to orbit. This is it. So I'm not going to bother with... I didn't even fix my staging up that well. I'm not going to bother with all that nuisance of setting up the rendezvous. We're just going to punch it here. So, boom and boom. It may have... Well, there's going to be a lot of drag associated with that fairing on the top. So we might be in a flip out situation. See how she does. Lock that onto Procreate. See how this does. Get that onto the 90. As long as I'm locked to Procreate, it should be good. Alright, so, okay. We seem to be ascending nicely. What are all these? What on earth? Oh, yeah. Oh, what is the milestones? Look at this. We have performed a rendezvous around the sun. You have constructed their first station around the sun, and you have performed a docking maneuver around the sun. Well, I definitely agree with the first and the third of those. Okay, this is doing well. This is making me feel good. Want to feel like I can accomplish something. You know what I should do too is I should get into mission control and look at what new contracts have appeared. Just thought about that now while I was waffling about in orbit around the sun all that time. Because it's entirely possible that there are some good contracts to grab that I'm not aware of. Okay. And the absolutely silent engine there. Well, I'm glad my videos are helping there, Casper. All right, getting close. Might hang on to the fairing a little bit because this is a pretty, well, let's stage it, see what happens here. So 5, there we go. That's staged nice. Put on our lights too. Those people that are aware, on the weekend I started a RP1 series with the real scale solar system, and just getting started, so we're not anywhere near going for orbits yet, but I got me a feeling when I get to having to make an orbit in that game, I got a feeling I'm going to be relearning all this all over again. Okay, there we go. And there, that's staged nicely as well. Onto the Cheetah engine. Fortunately, do not have a waterfall plume for that. I completely have messed up my plumes, I think, on this save. I think I have the wrong kind of plumes in different places, and I'm just not worrying about it anymore. But that's definitely the stock plume on that Cheetah engine. Those people that don't know, the Cheetah engine comes from the, I believe it is the Making History DLC. It is, I love the Making History DLC because it gives you like some nice intermediate parts. I find myself using the Cheetah engine a fair amount because it's like an 1.875 meter orbital engine. It's kind of like somewhere between the Terrier and the Poodle, which I find often I need. Something between a Terrier and a Poodle. Alright, so I am just looking at kind of the situation here. I have, yeah, we are absolutely fine. See, this is at 74 kilometers. We still have over 800 meters per second left. We're going to be able to make it to the station without an issue. So what I'm going to do is revert flight, even though that went all successfully, but I didn't do it at the right time. So I'm going to revert to launch, and I'm going to fix up my staging again because the staging isn't right. Okay, and this time we're going to find our station. There it is. There's the for real Kerbin station. Set that as target. Time warp around and get up there. Get our contracts ready too. Oh, we're over here. So it's just a little past us. And again, even though this is saying build a new orbital station around Kerbin, this isn't going to be new. This is just going to add on to an old one, but it's going to work perfectly fine. You can see the first contract parameter for this being a new station is already met. Let's knock ourselves over. And lock the prograde. There we go. So all I got to do is get up there, get it up to 5 Kerbals, which will happen once they're docked together, and then wait 10 seconds and I should be good. I will need an engineer, that's right. So I got a plan. I'm looking at the time. Yeah, probably got time to get an engineer up there. So we'll bring up Bill, and we'll bring up a pilot. I guess we'll bring up Val, because we really don't have... I only have 6 Kerbals. Wafflebird will just be my 7th Kerbal. But this thing can do some... And then we'll bring up an engineer to fix. I don't know if I'll be doing all the repairs this episode or all the construction part. That might need to wait. Looking at the time. Be honest, I'm kind of in a good mood putting Wafflebird... Wafflebird's rescue on the shelf there for a little bit on the back burner. Do some other things. Build up my confidence again, as it were. To delete all these messages again. Yes, delete. We looked at you. Okay. Does the weight from making the fairing as sharp as possible outweigh the aerodynamics benefits? I'm not an aerodynamics expert by any stretch of the imagination, but if you look at the real world, there are some pretty blunt fairings. Like, a lot of them are not really pointy, but actually are kind of rounded at the top. So I don't think, I'm not sure there's even an aerodynamic benefit to making it super pointy. Aerodynamics is a complicated thing, but in this game I wouldn't even worry about it. Like, as long as you're kind of enclosed and it looks reasonably decent, I would be fine. So I guess the answer to that question really is no, but I'm not even convinced in the real world whether making a pointy fairing is that super beneficial, or else we would see more pointy fairings in the real world. We see a lot of blunt fairings in the real world. Not blunt as in flat, but just rounded. That could be structural too. I don't know. All right, where are we at? Where are we at? Fairing. Boom. Fairing. Gone. There we go. Lose that weight. Again, getting very close to losing the main booster. Goes onto the cheetah. A drop-like shape is more aerodynamic. Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see that. With the roundy part of the drop in the pointing forward in the airstream, not the backwards, the pointy part of the drop pointing backwards. Okay. Any reason you're at half throttle? Yes, reducing your throttle in the upper part of the orbital insertion makes your insertion more efficient. I like to keep the apoapsis about a minute or so ahead of me, and every time I see it starting to tick up, I reduce my throttle a little bit. But what this ends up meaning is that I'm putting a lot of energy into raising my periapsis rather than my apoapsis, and by the time I'm actually ready to do my final orbital insertion, I'm going to have a very tiny little burn left to finish this off. So, low thrust upper stages, good plan. You can see now my throttle's actually much, much less than half. But now I'm just going to leave it here, or else I'll spend all day with this. And it slows this down a bit and gives me a chance to read the chat. I can read the chat during orbital insertions, just not during builds. You can see my periapsis is almost positive now. It just went positive. Okay, so now I'm just waiting for this apoapsis. It is almost out into space. Waiting for it to get to... Whoa, whoa, whoa. We got the camera doogle. The doogle with the camera. I'm going to wait for this to get to 80. I believe the station's in a 120 kilometer orbit, if I am not mistaken. Okay, there we go. You're going to have a long way until we are in space still. Because if you take a look at my orbit, you can see, here's the blue orbit. I'm almost in an orbit. You see? So it's going to take very little to do the actual rendezvousing part. Or the actual orbital insertion part is what I'm trying to say. Okay, we are now in space. Let's get to apoapsis. Not quite in orbit yet. Darn close. That's fine. Okay, I'm going to just put this onto normal vector for the solar panels that are there. Oh, I'm glad you can make it here, MLG Pingu. That you're able to catch the stream. Any schedule for the RP1 vids? Yes, they are every second Saturday. I'm going to try and really do my best to stick with that. So the next one won't be for another week and a half. Alright. Rendezvous with the station. Ooh, that's already very close. Back a bit. Must be a slight inclination difference here, but that's okay. So I got a 1.7 kilometer separation. Just because of a bit of an inclination difference. This burn is coming up only in 4 minutes. Can reduce our throttle here. Make this burn time a little longer. And onto the maneuver node. I love having all my vector lock buttons now. Let's turn the gimbal down on this. I hate seeing it all jiggly. Oh, I should have put this onto the rendezvous, onto the approach here, so we can see what's happening. Got 1.7 before. Little puffs of RCS. Oh, got 1.64. That's about as good as that's going to get. Okay, back onto the normal vector you go. I'm going to just do a maneuver around here-ish. Just to kind of close this off a little further. Don't know which way it needs to go, but we'll find out the other way, obviously. Yeah, I got a bit of an inclination difference. I can see about how far away that DN is. Bring the DN up to where the encounters is, and then a little bit of radial, maybe? A little bit of retro, no. There we go. Back this way, this way. There we go. Oh, I saw 0. Don't lie to me. There we go. 0.0 kilometers. Okay. And a 5. And get to that one. Actually, looking at the time, I think I'm just going to get this docking done, and then that's going to be it. So we're going to leave the construction for the next episode, but this should finish off the contract. And if I was being sort of just completely selfish about this, well, not selfish, but efficient about this, like just thinking about banging off contracts and being done, not worrying about aesthetics, then I won't go up and do some Kerbals and do some constructions, but I'm kind of in the mood to. Wafflebird can wait. We can be patient with him. Okay. Little bit of a burn. How close can we get it? I saw 46 meters. Happy with that. Okay. And we are going to be there in 6 minutes. So let's get to where about 2 minutes away and start thinking about closing this in. Oh, F4. There we go. If you're ever not seeing these, it's F4. It's really easy to forget that that's off. Okay. About a minute away, and yeah, I really should be going at 40 meters per second, so I should be knocking off that speed a little bit. This is my... trying to think how long ago it was that I built this station. It was a long time ago. Again, always watch this time to intersect. If all of a sudden you see it going up too quickly, you cut your throttle. Let yourself close in a little bit closer. A lot easier than the rendezvous we were doing just a little while ago. Okay, so we're going to control from this docking port, control from here, and let's zip over to the other one. We got to dock onto this. Oops, set target. I don't know why that spun around there. Don't spin around like that. Bad. Okay, time to close off this distance here. Yeah, a little more this way. Going a little bit, putting the retrograde a little bit to the south of the target, so that we'll end up going to the north. Everything's backwards with retrograde. Probably do one last break with the engine. Move this over to here. And if I point this toward... Oh, there's my little target there. Okay, slow down. Just want to slow down a little bit. Oh, I went too much. A lot of thrust there. Just want to take the time to get the windows and stuff to match up. Roll that way. There we go. So we'll be taking this apart again at the beginning of next week. Maybe I shouldn't worry too much about that. Aim the camera down here so we can really see what's going on. Oh, these thruster blocks are... I put on the big ones, but there's a lot of thrust on them. And I don't like docking this with just the little tiny docking ports, but we'll come up here and we'll make her pretty. We'll make her pretty next week. Oh my gosh. A lot of action on those thruster blocks. And there we go. And oh, what? Are you really going to deny me? All of a sudden this was green and it's not green. It doesn't like what I did. Oh. I don't care what you say. I might, I was all about like, no, this is fine, just doing it this way. And then all of a sudden that, this contract says, this was green just a moment ago. I'm not quite sure. It doesn't like what I did. You know what? I don't care. I don't care. This is what cheat menus are for. I don't care. So we're going to go to contracts. That was Alt F12. We're going to look at our active contracts. As far as I'm concerned, I did this. I don't care. I'm not going to build a second Kerbin station. So the heck with you. So build new orbital station around Kerbin. Complete. Done. There you go. Heck with you. We're done. So if you want to call me a cheater, call me a cheater. I don't care. There we go. I am a cheater. So that, I think, I'm looking at this. Yeah, we got to bring up an engineer. Again, the plan is going to be, I brought up some extra docking ports. I just realized something. I want this on this end. I got extra, oh my gosh, I got all kinds of extra thingies on here. There is extra fuel aboard. Okay, let's deal with this. I got too many bits and bobs. In. I still got the tug that brought this original vessel up here. Out. Doesn't like that. Let's get rid of this stupid one. Undock. Maybe it has to do with what is... Am I on the right thing now? I think I am. Yeah. There is no RCS on this little tug? No. Yeah, I do have control of it. We'll just get rid of this guy. Okay, he is going for the plunge, but I just realized I want this piece down here. So all this stuff has got to get ripped off. This docking port's got to get moved down to there. But I think all of that is going to be for the next episode.